Have you ever felt guilty for leaving something that was hurting you, like you failed? Even though staying was slowly breaking you, what if the problem isn't you, but the advice you trusted? You're not weak for feeling confused, and you're not broken for staying longer than you should have. A lot of people blame themselves for being stuck in relationships, stuck in guilt, stuck in cycles they don't even understand. But what if the real problem isn't your personality? What if it's the advice you were taught to believe? In today's video, we're going to talk about 4 very popular quotes. You've seen them online, you may have shared them, you might still believe them. They sound loving, they sound motivating, they sound like wisdom. But in real life, these quotes can slowly damage your boundaries, your self-trust, and your emotional health. And here's the important part. These quotes are not always wrong. They become dangerous when they're used without a context. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some positive advice makes you feel worse instead of better. And more importantly, you'll know how to recognize it before it traps you again. Quote number 1, if you really love someone, never let them go. Have you ever stayed in something that clearly wasn't working and still felt guilty? Guilty for wanting to leave? Maybe it was a relationship that drained you, or a friendship where you kept shrinking just to keep the peace. Deep down, you knew it wasn't right, but walking away felt wrong, almost cruel. That guilt often comes from one familiar idea. If you really love someone, you never let them go. At first, it sounds romantic, it sounds loyal, it sounds like commitment, but real life isn't a movie. In real life, this belief quietly traps people in relationships that no longer allow them to grow. You stop asking, is this healthy for me? And start asking, why can't I just try harder? Here's the uncomfortable question most people avoid. What if staying is not love, but fear disguised as loyalty? Many people confuse emotional attachment with emotional responsibility. Love does not mean sacrificing your identity to prove devotion, and staying does not always mean choosing love. Sometimes letting go isn't giving up. It's choosing honesty over habit, and once you truly understand that. Another famous quote begins to sound much more dangerous. Quote number 2, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve my best. Everyone has bad days. Everyone messes up sometimes. That part is normal, but this quote is often used in a very different way. Instead of saying, I'm struggling and I need to work on myself, it quietly says, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. So when someone hurts you, crosses a line, or refuses to change, your discomfort gets reframed as a lack of loyalty. You start thinking, maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe this is just their personality. Maybe love means tolerating this. But here's what rarely gets said out loud. Growth and accountability are not optional parts of love. A healthy relationship allows room for flaws, but it also requires effort to repair harm. Refusing to take responsibility is not honesty, it's avoidance. Your patience should never be used as proof that harm is acceptable. Because when my worst becomes an excuse instead of a phase, the relationship stops being about connection and starts being about endurance. And the next quote takes this mindset even further. Quote number 3, don't take no for an answer. In movies and success stories, this quote sounds powerful. It feels like determination, like courage, like refusing to give up. But in real life, Especially in relationships, this advice can quietly turn harmful. Think about a moment when you said no to a request, no to a conversation, no to giving more than you had, and instead of being respected, you were pushed, questioned, pressured to explain yourself. Suddenly, your boundary became a problem. Here is the shift most people don't notice. Persistence stops being admirable the moment it ignores consent. Healthy boundaries do not require convincing. If someone needs you to justify your no, they are not seeking understanding. They are testing how far they can go. When "don't take no" for an answer enters personal relationships, it teaches people to override discomfort instead of honoring it. And over time, that doesn't build closeness. It builds resentment, fear, and emotional exhaustion, which leads us to the last quote, the one that hides behind positivity. Quote number 4, positive vibes only. At first, this one feels harmless. Who wouldn't want to stay positive? Who wouldn't want less negativity in their life? But this quote often sends a quiet message. Some emotions are welcome, others are not. So when you feel sad, angry, or overwhelmed, you don't process those feelings. You hide them. You tell yourself to be grateful and move on. But what happens to emotions that are never allowed to exist? They don't disappear. They go underground. Constant positivity can become a form of emotional avoidance. Instead of healing pain, it teaches people to bypass it. And unprocessed emotions don't fade with time. They resurface through anxiety, numbness, or burnout. Feeling bad doesn't mean you're negative, it means you're human. Real emotional health isn't about forcing light into every moment. It's about having enough safety to sit with the dark ones. And once you see that clearly, all 4 of these quotes start to connect in an uncomfortable way. When you look at these 4 quotes together, a pattern starts to appear. They all sound supportive on the surface. They all promise love, strength, or healing. But underneath, they share the same hidden message. Endure more. Question yourself. Ignore your discomfort. Over time, this kind of advice teaches people to stay silent instead of honest, to stay loyal instead of safe, to stay positive instead of real. The truth is, healthy growth doesn't come from repeating comforting words. It comes from understanding context, from knowing when to hold on and when to let go. Not every struggle needs more effort. Not every emotion needs to be fixed. And not every relationship deserves unlimited tolerance. Awareness isn't negativity, it's maturity. And once you learn to question the advice you were given, you stop blaming yourself for the damage it caused. If any part of this video felt uncomfortably familiar, you're not alone. Many people were never taught how to question advice. They were only taught how to follow it. So here's something you can do right now. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, which of these quotes shaped your choices the most? You don't have to share everything. But if you feel safe, leave a comment with just one word or one sentence. Sometimes naming it is the first step toward clarity. And if you want more videos like this, about emotional traps, healing myths, and beliefs that quietly hurt us, make sure to subscribe. This channel isn't about telling you how to live. It's about helping you understand why you feel the way you do. Because awareness doesn't make you weaker, it gives you back your choice. And in the next video, we'll talk about other things you were taught that sounded loving, but slowly taught you to abandon yourself.